Welcome everybody, my name is François Letarte and this is my channel JDR-D30, a channel about tabletop role-playing games. So question 25 of RPGD 2017, what is the best way to thank your GM? I think that is the kind of question that probably all the answers are good and we should take good care of listening to all the answers and thank from all of it. I'll have what spontaneously comes into my mind right now. Let's say the best way to thank the GM, I think, is to show interest. What do I mean with that? Showing interest into the GM's job. The GM's is a very lonely job, okay? You work a lot, you dream a lot, you don't have necessarily the time you have, you make some compromises, even in your life, to get your game done, ready to play. And the player doesn't have that much work to do usually. So the GM comes with lots of hope, lots of expectation with what he has prepared, and he really wants the player to enjoy that. I think from the player's side, it's to show interest. Show interest, respect all the elements that the GMs bring. It's a way to show him that he has worked well, that you are ready to play the game with him. Okay, he's coming up with an NPC. Get respect for that NPC. What do I mean with respect? Is okay. Well, let's say one of his NPCs is a very bad guy that you want to break his mouth and break his legs. Yeah, okay, it happens all the time. But nevertheless, how to show respect to that NPC? Well, it's just not treat the NPC out of context. Okay, bring him into the context, the right context. Yeah, you want to break his leg, but you will break his leg the way it is in that world. Okay, it's to show. It's hard to explain. It was easier in French. Okay, yeah. You show interest. You show that you are interested, that you care about what he did, and you're ready to play the game mostly the way he wants it, with the game system he has proposed that we agreed on. So it's really to, yeah, it's to show the GM that he has done a good work. Okay, good job. Yeah, and of course, after the game, you say thank you. If you have something to say, be constructive about it. Okay, you have to make comments that are worth it, that may enhance the game. And of course, the last thing you say is that I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward for next session. Yeah, how many games died out in their shell? Whether it's the players quitting it or the game master just being discouraged from doing it. I think if we want to avoid that, showing interest and care in what the GM does, asking him questions about the setting, yeah, just be present, okay? Showing that he's not alone. If I thank my home group, we have that kind of openness. Of course, it's established. If we have a problem with some of the persons in the group, maybe it won't work as easily. But I have it easy with my home group. So they were open enough to try Advanced Fighting Fantasy, even if they have never heard of it. I was open enough to play Rifts. Yeah, never I thought I would have played Rifts in my life again, but we have played it. And, I've bought the book, just to show the GM, and I wrote to him, hey, I've bought the digital copy, and I'm reading through it and asking questions, exchanging with it. He has a project with Rifts, so showing him that I'm in with him. So we're exchanging about it. They were open enough to try True 20. I was knowing True 20, the game master. I've run it, of course. But yeah, it's not a well-known game. So yeah, the openness was that, the willingness to make it happen. And of course, I've played Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition recently. It's not my first choice, but the GM who ran it really had a desire to bring that edition to the table. And I went, I had my rule book. We were exchanging the rule books, helping each other out, just showing that we are there with you, GM. And it's a way to thank him. And every time I'm looking forward for next session. Just take All for One. We are all GMs. All of our players are also GMs in that. Lots of exchanges. We have our Facebook group that is very active, exchanging lots of stuff, even not directly game related, just related to the era, or some informations from some supplements, just showing that we are interested, and cheering us up all together to make this happen, and get to the next session, being very supportive about it. Yeah, we do support each other a lot into that. So that's an example. So in brief, show interest in what the GM is doing. Say thank you after the game, and especially say, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward for next session. Just after maybe a comment or two, if you saying the comment, from your perspective, beginning. I think that it's not generalizing, just talking about your feelings about it, and it will be a very healthy way to thank your GM. That's my opinion. So, François Letarte, JDRD30, and up to next time, I hope you have as much fun in your life as in your games. Goodbye.